Arsenal fans, finally!
Arsenal Football Club have sent shockwaves across the footballing world by completing the sensational £88 million signing of Rodrygo Goes from Real Madrid. The 23-year-old Brazilian, widely regarded as one of the most talented young forwards in the game, has swapped the iconic white of Los Blancos for the red and white of the Gunners. For Arsenal, this isn't just another transfer, it is a landmark deal that signals their ambition to return to the very top of European football. Rodrygo's football journey has been one of rapid ascension. Bursting onto the scene at Santos in Brazil, his silky dribbling, clinical finishing, and composure beyond his years quickly made him one of the most sought-after youngsters in world football. Real Madrid swooped in during 2019, investing heavily to secure his signature. At the Bernabeu, Rodrygo lived up to the hype, particularly in the UEFA Champions League, where he earned a reputation for delivering in high-pressure moments. Fans still remember his hat-trick against Galatasaray at just 18 years old, his decisive strikes against Chelsea, and his match-winning performances against Manchester City. He became known as Mr. Champions League, a player who thrived when the lights were brightest. But despite his heroics, Rodrygo often found himself battling for consistent game time. Real Madrid's wealth of attacking talent meant he was frequently rotated. With Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and other stars cemented in the lineup, Rodrygo knew he needed a new chapter to truly become the focal point of a team. That opportunity came with Arsenal, where Mikel Arteta and sporting director Edu Gaspar pitched a compelling project, a young, ambitious, and fearless side with the potential to dominate both domestically and in Europe. For Arteta, Rodrygo is the perfect fit. Arsenal already boast an enviable collection of young stars, Bukayo Saka lighting up the right wing, Gabriel Martinelli terrorizing defenders on the left, Martin Ødegaard orchestrating play from midfield, and William Saliba anchoring the defense. Adding Rodrygo to that mix gives Arsenal another dimension in attack. His versatility allows him to play across the front line, whether on the left, right, or through the middle, and his pace, technical ability, and instinct for goals will stretch defenses in ways that few teams can handle. Imagine a front line of Saka, Rodrygo, and Martinelli, with Ødegaard pulling the strings. It is a frightening prospect for any opposition. The transfer fee £88 million highlights Arsenal's determination to compete at the very top. Not long ago, Arsenal were criticised for their lack of ambition in the market, often settling for bargain deals or losing out on marquee players to their rivals. Those days are gone. Backed by the Kroenke family and guided by Edu, Arsenal have become strategic powerhouses in the transfer market. Their willingness to invest big in Rodrygo reflects not just a desire for instant success but also a commitment to building a squad capable of sustained dominance. The reaction has been electric. Arsenal supporters have flooded social media with excitement, declaring the signing as a game changer. Many fans believe Rodrygo could be the missing piece that finally helps the Gunners reclaim the Premier League title after nearly 2 decades. "This is the one we've been waiting for," wrote one supporter on X. Another commented, "Rodrygo and Saka on the wings, no defense in Europe can stop that." The optimism is palpable, with fans daring to dream of a Premier League Champions League double. Rival fans and pundits alike have taken notice. Manchester City, Arsenal's biggest rivals in recent seasons, will be wary of the added firepower now at Arteta's disposal. Pep Guardiola's side have dominated English football, but Arsenal's squad is beginning to look like the only true challenger to City's crown. Liverpool, in the midst of transition, and Manchester United, still searching for stability, will see Arsenal's bold move as a clear sign that they are pulling away from the chasing pack. Even Chelsea, despite their massive spending spree, have struggled to build the same level of cohesion and identity that Arsenal now enjoy. Rodrygo himself is said to be thrilled with the move. Sources close to the player reveal that he was impressed by Arteta's vision, the role he would play in Arsenal's project, and the chance to become a central figure rather than a supporting act. Despite interest from PSG, Bayern Munich, and even Manchester City, Rodrygo chose Arsenal, believing the Gunners' project best aligned with his personal ambitions. In his first words as an Arsenal player, he made it clear, "I am here to win. I want to help this club lift the Premier League, the Champions League, and every trophy we can. This is the beginning of something special." Beyond the pitch, the signing is expected to bring huge commercial benefits. Rodrygo is already a global superstar, particularly in Brazil and South America. His arrival is likely to spark a surge in shirt sales, increase Arsenal's fan base in new markets, and attract lucrative sponsorships. The Gunners, who already enjoy strong commercial partnerships, will see Rodrygo's presence as a key driver of brand growth worldwide. At the Emirates Stadium, preparations are underway for a spectacular unveiling. Thousands of fans are expected to attend, waving flags, singing chants, and celebrating the arrival of their new hero. It is anticipated to be one of the most memorable player unveilings in Arsenal's modern history, reflecting the magnitude of the transfer. What makes this move even more significant is the symbolism behind it. For years, Arsenal were labeled a club content with mediocrity, happy to finish in the top four without truly challenging for the biggest honors. Those criticisms are no longer valid. The signing of Rodrygo is a bold statement. Arsenal are back among Europe's elite. It sends a message to the fans that the club is serious about winning, to rivals that the Gunners are ready to fight, and to the world that the Emirates Stadium is once again home to footballing royalty. Rodrygo's arrival marks a new chapter. His creativity, flair, and winning mentality, combined with Arsenal's already formidable core, give the club everything they need to mount serious challenges on all fronts. The Premier League title is no longer a dream, it is a genuine target. The Champions League, a trophy that has eluded Arsenal, is suddenly within reach. And the future has never looked brighter for Mikel Arteta's men. For Arsenal fans, hope has transformed into belief. With Rodrygo Goes now wearing the iconic red and white, the Gunners are not just building for tomorrow, they are ready to conquer today.